mater of Messina Central High School. Welcome, Kit. Got a smudge. Anybody needs to be smudged, come on up. I'm gonna leave it over here. Might need a lighter though. That's a good way to start anything, especially ceremonies. In my culture, we sage everything. It's a good way to cleanse the atmosphere, good way to get the party started. It's a medicine. Yeah. Okay, let us begin. All right, this is a no judgment zone. I just want everybody to kind of picture in your mind. You don't have to tell me, you don't have to tell anybody else. So when I say the words Indian or Native American, what comes to mind? I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm just gonna give you a second. Okay, so perhaps the Washington Redskins logo, John Wayne films, Pocahontas dancing freely and talking to all the animals, traditional powwow regalia, or even casinos. No judgment. Okay, so when I say Native or Indigenous, I think of something a little bit different. I think of doctors. I think of my favorite author, Sherman Alexie. I think of the newly appointed advisor to Senator Bernie Sanders, Tara Houski. She's Ojibwe. Yay! Yay! And most important, I think of me, the most famous Indian. No. Not yet. Okay, and I'm sure y'all weren't picturing someone like me, and I say y'all because I spent most of my life in North Carolina and South Carolina. Y'all. Someone whose appearance contradicts society's preconceived idea of a native, nonetheless society's gender roles. I identify as two-spirit, lesbian, gender fluid, you name it. So let me tell you a little more about myself. I believe that conversation is a great way to understanding cultural differences. This note card is new for me, guys. I usually just talk and say whatever's on my mind. So let's begin. Hello, Sego. That's how they say hello in my language. Sego. A little bit. Sego, how you doing? My name is Kit Thomas. I am Wolf Clan, a member of the St. Regis Mohawk tribe of Akwesasne, which is about an hour and a half. I drive it a lot. My girlfriend lives here, so I'm here a lot. Thank you. I don't know her. I don't know her. She follows me with a camera everywhere I go.
Best creeper ever.
But as Ashley mentioned before, I identify as a lesbian, an artist, LGBTQ advocate, an activist, but most of all, a human being. And I want to challenge that one-dimensional view people have of my culture, just by being visible. I'm here today to hopefully empower those who have been discriminated against because of disabilities, religious beliefs, race, even gender. Those who have been or still are being bullied to this day, just for being different. I just made some points here. I don't really want to read those. Okay, read off the top of my head. Gotcha. So I actually haven't lived all my life on a reservation. I lived back and forth around New York and Canada. I grew up in Jersey. Yes, love it. So I pretty much I can identify with a lot of people. I've lived places. My best friends in Jersey were Chris. He was a black kid. Irfan, he was Muslim. I used to play Sega Genesis at his house. But I mean, I also grew up a little bit in a Polish community in Wallington, New Jersey. So primarily I was educated by white culture and white standards. That was my life. But society also was the first to teach me lessons about prejudice as well as discrimination and alienation. Oh, okay. It's cold out here. Okay. I might need to put this down for a second. I dropped the mic. Natives in the mainstream were being misrepresented, and as a youth I was exposed to visual stereotypes. preferably the ones you might have thought of in the beginning. It's okay. It was limited. That's all you were known. That's all society was showing you. But I learned quickly that I was never going to see people like me on television. I don't know if anyone can relate. Marlon Brando, back in 1973, did an interview, and he refused to accept his Oscar for Godfather because he disagreed with the way natives were portrayed on film. He is awesome. So this being lack of positive images, they challenged youth to maintain a foundation of our culture, of our language, but it's a culture so rich. Quickly, I just want to tell you about my people. We are Iroquois. I am specifically Mohawk. I felt part of me was incomplete until I moved home 2 years ago. Then I found out that my Dura, that's actually a non-gender associated word for grandparent. Her name was Catherine Casey, and I was named after her. I go by Kit, but she actually went through the abuse of the residential schools. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar, but I think it's worth looking into. Any attachments to culture, family, they were prohibited. You know? Okay. The trauma of colonialization as well as assimilation rippled down the line, and it's now intergenerational. We all feel the effects. We still do. My great-grandmother, that was 4 generations ago, but I can still sense it. But now I'm very proud to say I come from strong and resilient people. I mean, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing here today. Okay. So I want to add in a quote here. I found it's anonymous. Communicate. Even if it's uncomfortable and uneasy, one of the best ways to heal is by simply getting everything out. True. Some injustices will continue to be a problem in the world if we don't work together. And this is cheesy, but I got it from the Power Rangers, which I love. Together we are more. Nyawagoa, thank you for everything. Thank you for listening.